Get it on!
What's up, Shatters? Thank you for checking out this video. Today it's going to be the update in kind of a Cole's Notes version, Crib Notes depending on where you're from. Crib Notes version, Cole's Notes version of Corey's 3-hour plus question and answer today about Pegaxy and where they are headed. I've got some notes jotted down, so I hope you enjoy this as much as I enjoyed listening to it about 1.5 times through. So let's just jump right into it. I'll try and keep this quick and to the point. So the main takeaway that I got out of this today was that it's going to be heavy on the strategy side of things. And what that means is that there's going to be the stat implementation is going to happen first, is kind of where he's leaning. So your Pegas stats are going to come into play in one way or another. There might be some breeding strategy involved as far as the bloodlines go. And then how Pegas act in certain stadiums. So the stadiums themselves are going to have their own stats, I guess. As you kind of see at the top of every race, the stadium has across the top stats that will eventually correspond to, excuse me, correspond to how your Pega reacts in those situations. So there's that. What else was there as far as the strategy goes? So it'll be gameplay first, or strategy is going to be key in the next, I'd say, 2 to 3 quarters. So Q1 is coming to an end. They haven't implemented anything yet, but it's coming, and that'll be the stats implementation likely. And I think I put down 2 to 3 weeks, maybe, or was that 4 to 6? So anyhow, it's coming soon. Don't quote me. And again, none of this is financial advice. This is just me ranting on and going through something that I listened to today for a project that I thoroughly enjoy and have actually invested in. So back to it. So strategy, implementation of stats, player controls. So this was something new that I didn't know. They are going to be talking about horses, and the player is actually going to get involved in ways, whether it's to use up food / bursts in a race. I guess bonuses, kind of like a speed boost in. They kept referring to Mario Kart, which I think is a very valid analogy. And you're going to be able to switch lanes. So the strategy behind that is, if you get in behind somebody, they're going to limit you to, and again, this is very early on, so he's not quite sure if it's going to stick. But as of right now, he's anticipating that it's going to be, you've got X amount of lane changes to be able to get around other Pegas. And I believe that the boost, I'm not sure, again, the 1.5 times through, I didn't quite pick up whether that boost is going to be given, like if you're going to get 1 lane change, 1 boost for every race, and then you can buy additional lane changes and boosts. I would imagine there's going to be a cap to that. You're not going to be able to just buy and pay off a bunch of viz just to win. Although, you know what? Maybe they will just leave you be, and if you want to buy 200 viz worth of boosts, I guess, boosts to stop you, you're not making that back in a win. So hopefully they price that out. Hopefully they figure out either a limit or price it so people aren't just going ham on boosts. And at that point, here's hoping that they don't have some sort of ranking system where viz is distributed to the higher ranks, because that's going to incentivize people to just boost their way through races to make sure that they win. And again, as a burn mechanic, I guess you kind of want that. As a player, it's going to get pretty tedious and kind of annoying if that's all you see race after race after race, is that you're not competitive because people are using so many boosts and power-ups that you're just irrelevant. So there's that. Certain stadiums are going to have their own stats. That's going to come into effect and affect each Pega. Player control changes, food purchases at the beginning of the race, and boosts. So this was another cool little tidbit. The mobile side of things, that was ready to go with the 12 Pegas racing. So that was ready to go. As soon as they ended up switching over to 15, however, they needed to do, and they're in the middle of some more testing. So that was pretty cool that they were that close to releasing the mobile app. So he was looking at 6 to 8 weeks for the new mobile after testing and everything with the 15 Pegas. So stay tuned for that, a couple months. Good and bad Pegas. Here is what he had to say. It depends on what you consider to be a good or bad Pega. A good player, somebody who understands the strategy, is going to make a bad Pega good. A bad player is going to make a good Pega bad. So, and obviously a good player with a good Pega is just going to be a leap. So it's going to be interesting to see how this strategy stuff plays out. This is one that I actually might invest quite a bit more time on to learn and to present to you and give you some content to follow along. But that was interesting, because that means that potentially any bad stat Pega could be useful. And that was the other thing. I'm sure I have it down here. But the bad Pegas, so let's say you've got stats of, and again, he didn't know or give any kind of indication whether many stat points was good or fewer stat points were good. So I've kind of leaned on the side of, higher amounts of stat is better. That's not necessarily the case. It could be that they slog down X percentage, whatever your stat is, for that element. It could mean that it affects you 6% worse or 9% or 8% worse for water or wind because you've got 8% in that stat. So it'll be interesting to see which way they decide to go. I have a feeling, gut feeling only, who am I, is that higher numbers equals better. Nah, I'm old school like that, I guess. Breeding and genders will play a part. How? Aging not likely. So here's kind of the other thing. You're not going to age out. They are not going to age out Pegas, which is great, because if you have 1,000 races, 500 races, your Peg is 6 months old, whatever, they aren't going to automatically be obsolete. They could be used either to continue racing or to merge together to create some sort of like a better Pega down the line. You know what I mean? So if you've bred 7 of 7 with a couple Pegas, you merge those two together and maybe it gives you one better statted Pega. So that brings down the population, and there's still a necessity to breed and to hold on to Pegas for the long haul. Aging. So this was another great one. Rentals. He was not happy with the number of bots and the issue of bots in the renting circle. It looks and sounds like they might have something released 2 to 4 weeks. He said 2 to 3. I just err on the side of caution. Just add about 25% to that. I'm going to say 2 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. There might be something, because they've got a lot going on, where bots will be, I'm going to say they're not going to be gone for good. They might be slowed down for a while. So look looking forward to that. His best guess on the actual roadmap is the stats, as I mentioned earlier. The guild platform that's coming out, the Mises, Themis. So that's kind of like a voting system for people who are holding onto PGX, is my understanding. Don't quote me on that. That's my understanding. PFP and the food, I think. So that's the boosts, strategy play, and the player control is kind of his vision as to how it's going to progress in that order. He said, again, don't quote him on that. Don't quote me on that. That's just what he gave out. And last but not least, there will be a time where everything is done on the app, buying, like interacting with crypto, purchasing, swapping. Everything is in app. I think they're getting close to that. So that'll be nice, because that's one thing that kind of bothers me, where you have to kind of jump through a bunch of hoops in order to get into an NFT based game. So yeah, that should be interesting to kind of have it all centralized. It's great that they've implemented what they have with the swapping and swapping. What else do they have? With the swapping, that's pretty much it. I mean, they've got the Coinbase in there now. Kyber swap integration. So anyway, it was great to hear that. I mean, he's been approached by the bigger, oh my god, centralized exchanges, and he said that he went with Kyber swap just to keep it small, so then he and the team can kind of visualize everything that's going on and the interactions happening, and he didn't have to deal with the centralized exchange. So that's pretty cool to hear. Got some backing from some other, was it Coinbase? Was it Crypto.com? One of the two. So anyhow, things, again, listening to that guy just makes me believe in the project. It was great. He spent 3 hours just taking questions and just answering them, just willy-nilly. It was pretty awesome to hear. Again, I'm a backer. I believe in it. I'm going to actually breed probably my first pair of Pega. I think maybe Friday I'm going to do it. I might stream it tomorrow. So yeah, I'm looking to get up to bronze, into the bronze guild level, work my way up to silver and gold, and just keep on keeping on. So everybody, stay tuned for more of this. That's it for now. You can catch me on Twitter. I do kind of updates and throw out my nonsense on there at ShatGamer80. I also stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. and Sunday mornings at around 8:30, 9-ish in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. So do try and check me out there. Follow along. My plan is to hit affiliate and then open up my my own scholarship to some lucky viewers on stream that I will end up giving away, taking on scholars on stream. So do help me get to affiliate. I'm over 2 average viewers. I need to get over 3. That's a last hurdle. So help me out. That would be great. At ShatGamer80, twitch.tv/ShatGamer80. I could just blabber on forever here, but I won't. I will save you that pain. So as always, I'm Shat Gamer. This is Shatville. Stay healthy, stay safe. A lot of love. I'll see you in the next video /stream. Peace.